What's going on, everybody, and welcome to Thursday's edition, July 17th already. Holy hell, we're like halfway through summer already. Of the Gary Williams Stole My Lawn Furniture show. Not too much to talk about here in sports recently. There's a couple things we're going to go over. So it's going to be a little bit of a shorter show today, probably, and go over some golf, some Gophers, and yeah, that's about it. Unless something happens extremely surprising with the Orioles here in the next couple weeks, as far as trades go, we might hop on to go over that, pending on everyone's schedule. But yeah, what's the weather like there, Dusty? Is it still hot?
It's super hot, and it's been like on and off, absolute like meltdown thunderstorms. It's just like it's so humid out that I guess it's just creating these giant systems. I don't know what's going on, but it's like 95 degrees, and then it like pours its ass off for like 2 hours, and then it's 900 degrees after that, and it's just sweaty as shit in Ocean City.
Dude, we're getting like some crazy clouds in the sky here. Like there's like severe thunderstorm warning, and then like yesterday these clouds start popping up, and I'm like, there's for sure going to be some kind of a siren going off for a tornado or something, but nothing went off, and we really didn't get that much rain. But yeah, the weather's been crazy, I feel like, everywhere.
I don't know. Yeah, I read a tweet the other day that said, I don't know how we got from July 4th to July 15th in 10 minutes, but can we please slow this shit down? I love that you said at the very beginning of the show, it's July 17th already. It's all I was thinking about at work last night when I was counting the money was when we count the money, we have to date everything. And I was like, holy shit, is it fucking July 16th already? It's so crazy.
Yeah.
Oh man, I can't believe this summer has gone by so quick, but it feels like it just started because June was kind of a wash in Ocean City. So anyway, it's enough talk about the weather and some other stuff. Brian is not with us today. He has some personal stuff he has to do, so we're just supporting him as much as we can. We love you, Brian. Hopefully he'll be back on the next time we record. But yeah, he won't be on here today. So just wanted to let you guys know. That's why we only got a 2-man booth going right now. But yeah, British Open's been on since like 1:30 in the morning, which is really cool. And it also kind of sucks because a lot of the players I was really excited to watch have already finished their rounds. So a couple of guys I like this week. I know I mentioned on the podcast that I liked Wyndham Clark and Tom Kim for both of the tournaments, the Scottish Open and the British Open. Wyndham Clark having a real bad day today. Some news came out about Wyndham Clark yesterday that I kind of wanted to talk about. I don't know if you heard, but after he had his little meltdown at Oakmont at the U.S. Open, he destroyed some lockers. He is now banned from Oakmont unless he does a few things. He has to take some anger management courses. He has to pay back the damages to the club. Yeah. They said they wanted him to get anger management and or counseling.
He already does that.
Pay back the damages to the club. They wanted like specifically for them. I don't know, but they banned him from Oakmont until he takes these steps to prove that he's, he's sorry and whatever, all that stuff.
I'm so sorry.
I just think it's crazy. I mean, but also like he needs to be reprimanded because you can't just go into the locker room of one of the most historic golf courses in the world and just tear it up because you had a bad round of golf. It's not all about you, Wyndham Clark. And I know he has his ups and downs. And if you watch Full Swing, he has he's had some lapses in mental health and that kind of stuff. And he's struggled with that. And he's been very open about it. So I applaud him for that. But I think I don't know if he needs to be doing counseling and that kind of stuff, but I do think it's fair of Oakmont to say, hey, at least you need to pay for this shit that you broke. I don't.
Yeah, I agree, and I don't think that's even an issue. I don't think that's even an issue in terms of like he's already doing counseling and stuff like that. He came out on Full Swing, and like that's become a huge part of his comeuppance, if you will, and getting his head right. So. Unless he's just stopped doing it, I don't really know. But yeah, I think you can't just go do that without expecting. I'm sure he was probably going to pay for it anyway. I'm not going to talk shit on him on that. I'm sure he's got enough money. I know we've all had our moments, but yeah, if I were Oakmont too, I'd be like, yeah, you can pay for all the damage, and if you want to throw a couple extra in there as well,
Yeah, I think they said
or something.
I think they said either a large donation to one of the charities that Oakmont supports, or pay for the damages. And then there was also the piece that everyone's kind of talking about, which is the fact that they're saying he needs to go to anger management or counseling. That I guess they would provide. I don't really know how that's going to work. But anyway, he's having a rough day today. So that's why I wanted to bring it up. Maybe after that news broke, I should have changed my tune on Wyndham Clark a little bit, because he's +5 through 17. Not that that's like the worst thing in the world. The leaders are at -4. I think this course is playing pretty tough. They're getting a lot of rain, and it's windy as shit there, which is what you expect in the Open Championship. So we'll see. Maybe the course will have some teeth this week, just like Oakmont did, and we'll be able to watch these guys struggle, which is a lot of fun for some hacks like us. Other guys I liked, Nikolai Højgaard.
Zach said banned from the second course after today.
Yeah, he might. Who knows?
Let's hope not.
I liked Nikolai Højgaard. I liked his brother Rasmus for top 40s, and I sprinkled Højgaard to win. A guy I really liked coming into the week, and I thought it was stupid, but I just thought his game's been good. Phil. I had Phil on my bingo card. I have him for a top 40. I think he was like +250, just a top 40 in this event. He was -1 today. He's tied for 18th after his first round. Good stuff from Phil. Other guys I like: Justin Rose, Tommy Fleetwood, Tom Kim I already mentioned, and Russell Henley, who's a guy that name always seems to pop up on the leaderboards and doesn't really get a ton of love. Obviously, Scheffler and Rory and Rahm and those guys, I'm sure they're gonna play well this week, but there's just not much value in betting those guys at the top, especially Scheffler. He's like +350 to win the tournament before it starts. And you saw it last week. I think his worst finish this year this first finish in his last 10 tournaments is like tied for 8th. His best finishes are obviously wins. If he putts well, he wins. If he putts okay, he's in contention. And if he putts bad, he's gonna probably top 20. It's pretty ridiculous what he's able to do, just tee to green. But if he's off to a hot start, he's -3 through his first round. Like I said, the leader in the clubhouse is -4, so he's in prime position at this point. And
and we picked some Drew's bet for the Natural Born Losers live during the Home Run Derby, and he took Fitzpatrick in his like third tier or something like that, so he's -4 in there. He obviously took Scheffler in his top one. He took Højgaard in one of his categories. He mentioned Hatton, but I don't know if we end up taking him or not. He took Harris English, who's -2. Harris just keeps playing well, it seems like.
Have you seen this the story on this guy Saddam? I'm gonna butcher this. Kwanjana? He's a Buddhist monk. He's a Buddhist monk, and he came out and shot 64 to qualify for the Open. And he came out today, birdie and eagle in his first 5 holes, and he's T6 right now. He's just a monk.
Oh no, Ben Griffin. I know. I told him to take Ben Griffin because he's been playing well all year.
What's he been doing?
+3 after 18, but I mean that's not terrible.
Yeah, it's not terrible. You have to have a good day tomorrow to probably make the cut. I would imagine the cut's going to be somewhere around even based on the scores I'm seeing so far, unless the course starts playing really easy this afternoon, which based on the broadcast I'm looking at right now, the winds are still looking like they're flying pretty good. Some other news: Matt Fitzpatrick just recently split with his caddy, who's now on Colin Morikawa's bag. Morikawa's been through seemingly 100 caddies in the past 2 weeks. Or 2 months. I don't know what the hell is going on with him. I guess he thinks it's the caddy's fault that he's not winning these tournaments, or maybe he's just trying to find a right fit. I don't really know. And then also famous full swing people, Joel Damon and his buddy Gino have split as well, which really sucks. They were like one of the highlights of that Full Swing show, I would say, for me.
Yeah.
So I think that really sucks for those guys, but they've always had the kind of relationship. And I guess Gino said this to Joel several times that if he ever felt like his game was in a bad place or he needed to make a change, like he didn't want to hesitate. He didn't want it to get to the point where it would ruin their friendship. So I like the way that they seemingly went about that, but yeah. We're early in this tournament, so we'll see how the scores shake out at the end of today, and we'll give you some more updates. Bobby Mack just birdied. Good for him. He's getting up there. He struggled last week at the Scottish Open, but a lot of pressure on him there back at home as the defending champ. So don't put too much stock into that.
Yeah, I can't remember. I told Drew, like, I was like, that might be somebody you take as well, just because he seemed to always play well there. But I don't know if you end up taking him or not.
Yeah. Yeah. Other than that, as far as the British Open is concerned, it should be a fun watch along this weekend. Hopefully, they're able to get the tournament in as normal. In these kind of tournaments, they don't really stop for rain or wind or any kind of blustery conditions like they do in the U.S. all the time. So usually they'll get this one in regardless of the weather. And I know the weather's supposed to be ugly, which is going to be fun to watch because playing golf in the rain is not fun, but watching the best players in the world struggle because of it is fun. So
yeah, it can be.
Yeah,
certainly can be. And then also, do you have any idea what year this started? It's the oldest golf tournament
What do I have any
in the world.
I would think late 1800s, early 1900s. What are we? I know it was. I think it's the 100th Masters is in like 5 or 10 years. I would think this tournament's at least 20 years older than Augusta. What is it?
1860
Jesus.
is when this thing was established.
Pretty far back there.
Jesus.
1860.
Yeah. When was the game of golf invented? Like, there had to be. I guess this was just the first tournament, I guess, but
it was invented in the 15th century, but I think it was initially it wasn't 18 holes. I know that. I think it was only like 12 holes, and then they expanded it more and more later on. But it's a completely different game than it was back then. That's for sure.
1773, and then they started, and then
yeah.
And then we became a nation right after that. They all left and came over here.
My namesake today is one of the pioneers of golf, old Tom Morris. His son, young Tom Morris, was also a big pioneer of golf.
Is there a younger?
That's a real thing. There is.
Is there a younger Tom Morris?
No, there's a youngest Tom Morris now. Yeah, but anyway,
slightly younger Tom Morris.
This is for a lot of the guys, especially a lot of the Euro guys, this is the most prestigious tournament of the year. John Rahm came out and said that in his press conference. Shane Lowry has said that multiple times. And I think a lot of the guys, especially the guys from Europe, hold this championship in the highest regard because of its history and its legacy and its tradition. So this is a really fun one to watch. I really like it. It's not as pretty as Augusta. But it's not going to get as many eyeballs, but it's still
never
just as fun to watch.
Yeah, it's never. I mean, honestly, all those links courses are kind of ugly to me, to be honest.
Yeah,
but they're hard.
Yeah. Today, so now we've gotten through the golf stuff. Today we were going to do the first half MLB awards. Brooks, how do you want to start this? Do you want to go MVP last? Do you want to go MVP first? Or do you want to go Rookie of the Year, Cy Young, stuff like that?
We'll do MVP last.
Okay. And then
I honestly did not
maybe some mid-season predictions for the World Series and stuff like that as well. I think that would be fun. Just based on how the season's going. I mean, we can also wait for Brian to do some of that stuff, but we'll wait for
yeah, we'll do the mid-season awards. We'll wait for the predictions for the second half for next time when he's here. But yeah, I kind of went through. I got my list here. Unless I click down a bit.
Did you see
Um,
the Von Miller sign with the commies? Didn't see that.
yeah, I mean, there's that, and Sauce Gardner just got a new deal.
Oh, did he? I didn't see that
Which
either. I
he
missed all the
can.
football stuff, I guess.
Well, since we're on football, Sauce Gardner got a new deal as well, which obviously it seems he deserves it for all
Yeah.
intents and purposes. He's been lived up to the bill. And then really the only other NFL news that I had wrote down here, just because I don't think there's a ton right now, is that that linebacker Brian Brahman passed
Yeah.
away today or yesterday from his battle with cancer. He was only 38 years old. He was a member of the Eagles Super Bowl team when they defeated the Patriots in 2018. So, I mean, not that long ago. I actually
30,
thought he might,
38 years old.
yeah. So, left two young kids behind. That sucks. So just want to get that out there.
Yeah.
But that's
Um,
really all I got for football.
yeah.
Nothing.
Before we get into the first half awards, I wanted to mention Diamondback stud and the three hitter for the National League, Ketel Marte. His home got robbed while he was in Atlanta for the All-Star break. I don't know why this seems to keep happening with athletes. I guess it's just because people have so much information on where people live and that kind of stuff now. And you know, he's in Atlanta. He's in Atlanta. So if you're gonna go rob his home, this is a good time as ever to do it. But I don't know why it just feels like, I don't know if we need more security for these athletes or what's going on, but it seems like this is happening more and more. I remember it happened with Mahomes and Kelsey during Super Bowl week, or was it AFC Championship week a couple years ago? And I know Burrow had an issue with this recently, Joe Burrow. So just a weird thing that I keep on seeing pop up on ESPN and Twitter and stuff like that.
Well, and they just did that story too, right? And I think they talked about it in quarterback as well. I haven't watched it yet.
Yes, yeah, I haven't watched that yet either.
But yeah, I don't get it. It's getting pretty ridiculous. I wonder if this is connected to all that gang stuff that they were talking about. What that did Burrow and a couple other guys, Kelsey, I guess too. I don't know. I just don't understand. But
former
with the
Oriole
MLB
great.
All-Star Game, since we're on that, what do you think of the swing off? We didn't talk about that last time, did we?
No, because we didn't know about it because it happened that night on Tuesday. Honestly,
Yeah.
it's like baseball's version of like penalty kicks or a penalty shootout in soccer or hockey or something like that. Honestly, I for an All-Star game, I think it's pretty cool. I didn't know it was happening, but for an All-Star game, I'm sure plan out what pitchers are pitching, what innings, and I know there have been games in the past. I think there was it the one in Milwaukee ended in a tie.
Yeah.
Quite a while ago because they just ran out of pitchers. I think this is a good idea for the All-Star game. I would hate to see it implemented in any kind of real game, but I think it was a lot of fun. It sucks that Ohtani and Judge left the stadium early so that they couldn't participate in it. Not that they would have gotten picked anyway, but you would think they would have. But yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was electric. And as soon as Schwarber got in the box and hit the first one over the wall, I was like, he's hitting all three out. There's no way he's not. He's just the most clutch dude. Like,
Yeah, he would. I've seen multiple people say like they would love to see him in Baltimore.
Yeah.
I
What
would
did you
too.
think about it?
I mean, I think that was the perfect way to end it. I honestly think that the MLB hit it out of the park with everything. I thought everything was good besides like maybe the camera angles for the Derby.
Yeah, I thought that was weird.
Besides that, and the during the Derby, they when they basically like went back and said like, oh, his was longer by inches, or
Yeah, that was stupid.
that was ridiculous.
Yeah,
That should have just been a swing off too.
Just do another 3-out swing off. Yeah, at that point, if they have the same.
So they screwed that up, but I think everything else was really good. I really liked having the pitchers mic'd up and the catchers mic'd up at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
That was a lot of fun to listen to. The little bit that I could listen to. with a kid running around. But yeah, I mean, it's the next best thing to hockey now, and I know hockey's not doing the Four Nations every single year. I wish they would. Um, but yeah, I thought I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, I loved. Now that you mentioned that, I loved Kershaw mic'd up talking to Smoltz like throughout his all of the at bats that he was throwing. He just like I got to throw some gas here, and he hits 89. He was like, "What was that?
Yeah,
91?"
yeah,
I
yeah.
love
Then
that.
I think Smoltz was like, throw a cutter, and he's like, I don't throw a fucking cutter. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah,
um,
I love
there
that.
was that, and like Scooble. It was fun listening to Scooble and kind of go like hear him like talk through what was going through his mind in between pitches and stuff like that. And honestly, Kershaw was doing it too a little bit, but
Yeah.
he was more entertaining with it, and Scooble was more serious. But
Yeah.
and then we saw the pitch clock implementation worked perfectly. I mean, the same as we saw during spring training.
Mhm.
I'm surprised we didn't see more than one. I
Are
don't.
you
There
talking
might
about
have.
the ABS thing?
Yep, the
Okay.
ABS thing. And yeah, I mean, honestly, that took 7 seconds. I saw somebody put a clock on it. Let's institute that next year. So,
Yeah.
um,
The Hank Aaron thing, I don't know how that played live on the field, but that looked awesome on TV too.
yeah, I didn't get to see it. I saw like some pictures of it and like some short clips. I need to go back and watch it, but like what I did see and everyone talking about it, everyone says it was amazing.
It was awesome. Yeah, I thought it was really, really cool. Um, yeah, only other thing I have All-Star game related was that the Rangers gave Nathan Eovaldi an All-Star
Yeah.
bonus, despite the fact that he wasn't on the team because they felt he got snubbed. I think that's great. Good for the Rangers for doing right by a player that they that
And the Phillies.
really helped them win a World Series. Did the Phillies do the same with Sanchez and
Yep.
Suarez? Okay, that's
Mhm.
awesome. That's cool. Also, Baltimore legend Adam Frazier has been traded from the Pirates to the Royals. Did you know that he was
Oh
back
yeah.
to the Pirates? And did you know that he got traded back to the Royals? He's just flip flopping on those teams.
Yeah, I knew he was with the Pirates. I did know, and I did see that he got traded.
Yeah.
But I don't even know what kind of year he's having. I haven't even looked it up. But
And also, Tampa Bay apparently has now gotten the okay from the MLB that if they make the playoffs, they can play their playoff games in a 10,000 seat minor league stadium, which is insane. But that's where we're at in baseball in
is that why they're
2025.
is that why they're got 2 wins in their last 10? And the freaking
Uh,
Red Sox are on a 10-game winning streak right now.
yeah, our division is just ridiculous. There's so
It's all
many
over
good
the place right
teams.
now.
Well, there's so many
It's gonna
good
be
teams, and there's so many teams just doing stupid shit. Like, and we're a great team, and we're playing bad. I,
yeah.
maybe we're not
Out
a
of the
great team.
gate
Maybe I just think we
out
are.
of the gate here, these next like I said, these next 2 weeks are gonna be very telling for a lot of teams. So
Yeah, this was really cool when they did the Brooks. You got to watch it. I'm not going to spoil
yeah.
everything for you,
Well, I
but
mean, I saw it. Yeah, I saw the
the
comment that
the
Zach put in
firework.
there. But yeah,
Yeah,
that does. I mean, yeah, I
yeah,
need to go back and watch it.
that was cool. Anyway, yeah. Without further ado, we will do our first half. Award winners. So you want to start? I guess let's start with like rookie of the year, probably.
Uh, yeah. I mean, I didn't do a lot of research. I didn't do any research on the rookie of the year, so I don't have one. But
Um,
I guess I would say from the National League, I'm guessing I'm going to say James Wood at the moment.
he's not eligible because he had too many at bats last year.
Last year, okay.
Yeah. So it's
Um,
the top three in odds right now are Drake Baldwin with the Braves, who's been like their stud catcher because Sean Murphy's had a bad year. Augustin Ramirez from the Marlins, who I've never heard of in my life, don't know what position he plays. And
and
sorry,
then
and
I
then
see right here.
Mizorowski.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Mizorowski, who's only had 5 starts, but he looks like he's lighting the world on fire.
Yeah, I'm
As
guessing like Drake Baldwin probably has really good numbers right now.
yeah, he does as a catcher for sure.
So I would probably give it to him for the first half. But I mean, for everything we're seeing right now, I think Miz is going to take it in the end. But we're giving first half awards, so give me Drake Baldwin on that.
Yeah, I agree with you there. The American League case is a lot easier when it comes to
Yeah, I
Rookie of
see
the
that
Year. Jacob Wilson of the Athletics has been unbelievable as a rookie, hitting over 350 for most of the season. Just going crazy. I think he's back to 332 right now. He's only struck out 28 times in like 90 games, which is just outrageous, especially for a rookie. So we got to give it to Jake Wilson. I always want to say Jack Wilson because of the shortstop that played for the Pirates when we were younger, Jack Wilson.
Mhm.
Anyway, and now we will go to, I think, Cy Young, probably the most logical thing to go to after that. The NL Cy Young, as of right now, for me, is either Skeens or Zach Wheeler. I think for me, I'm going to I want Zach Wheeler to win the award because I think he's one of the best pitchers of the last 10 years, and he's never won it. He's come in second, I think, 3 times. And I know what Paul Skeens is doing is just unbelievable, but their numbers are pretty comparable, and I think Paul Skeens has a lot of room moving forward. I don't know. We can argue about this. Who do you want, Brooks? Do you want Wheeler or Skeens?
So if we're giving a first half award here, I looked at both their stats, and Wheeler's got better stats than him. Is inching him out by a little bit here, just with like a little bit less walks, a little bit more strikeouts.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, he's going to have more quality starts and wins. Just because they're taking what do you call it? They're taking him out before a lot of that stuff he can even get a quality start.
Mm-hmm.
At times if they're gonna, I don't know. But I mean, they are comparable in innings. That's what I was a little bit surprised on. Like I think Wheeler has 122 right now, and Skeens has like 120. So yeah, I'm taking Zach Wheeler for the first half award. And like I said, he's just kind of inching him out. So
yeah, this is via Tom Verducci on Sports Illustrated. Wheeler has the edge over Skeens in whip, strikeouts, batting average against, all categories in which he leads the league, and he also has the edge in strikeout to walk ratio. Skeens has the lower ERA, but yeah, I think just as an all-encompassing pitcher so far this year, Zach Wheeler has been the best pitcher in the National League in my eyes. In the American League, there's a couple guys you can go with. Skubal having an unbelievable start. You got Jacob deGrom, who's having his masterclass return to form this year with the Rangers at age 35, 36 years old. Hunter Brown has been doing amazing stuff for the Astros. Garrett Crochet got off to a great start. Max Fried got off to a really great start. Brian Wu in Seattle quietly having just an unbelievable season. He's a really fun guy to watch. I think at this point for me, it's probably Skubal. What are your thoughts? What are you leaning here, Brooks?
I'm actually checking something right now because I might be changing my pick.
Okay, fair enough. Skubal's last start was really bad. The big dumper took him yard twice in that start. So his numbers got just a smidge inflated right before the All-Star break. But he's got 150 strikeouts and a whip less than 0.85, and that's just in the first half for the 150 strikeouts. So unbelievable stuff. He's also only walked 16 batters in 19 starts. So I just think I'm going to lean Skubal here. But
I think I'm going to take Crochet. Looking at some of these stats here,
really,
my gut was telling me Skubal. But I mean, he's kind of inching him out in a lot of stuff here. Besides innings, I think Tariq's got about 9 more innings than him.
Yeah.
Because I think Crochet missed a start at least. And I mean, obviously, he's same amount of wins. He's got more strikeouts, walks. What does Crochet and Tariq have?
Skubal has 16 walks and 19 starts.
All right, so he's
Crochet,
got.
I don't know.
I'm sure he's got 34 walks.
Yeah.
But
if they're not getting across the dish, does it matter?
his whip is 1.09 and Skubal's whip is 0.83. All right, I'm going back to Skubal.
Yeah. 0.83 is crazy.
I'm going back to Scooble and not. I mean, that's a big thing for me, and also the fact that he's pitching on the best team in the league at the moment.
Yeah.
And he's the ace of that staff. So, yeah, I'm going Scooble. I'm changing back. Flip, flop, flip.
I like that. I think the MVP races are going to be pretty interesting here, specifically in the American League, with the couple guys at the top here. But even in the National League, we have Shohei Ohtani, who's leads the NL in homers, slugging percentage, OPS, scored 90 runs in 95 games. He's also starting to pitch. Not that many innings, but he started 5 games as like an opener. I think he's only pitched 9 innings so far. But you also have PCA, Peter Armstrong for the Cubs, just going absolutely apeshit, doing everything he can defensively on the base pass with the bat. I think he's got over 20 homers already, too. He's been unbelievable. And then Juan Soto, since the slow start, which Juan Soto always has, I think since May 1, his numbers, if you look at them and just split off April and just look at him since May, he's been one of the best players in the league. And, this is what we expect from Juan Soto. He starts slow and then he gets hot. What do we like here, Brooks? Do you have any other guys that you want to throw into the mix or give a shout out to, or these are the guys you were thinking about too?
No, I think those are the only two worth probably bringing up at the moment for mid-season. Obviously,
Tucker was really
some,
good too.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how Freddie ends this season. But this might be a surprising pick. I'm going PCA.
Yeah, okay, I like it.
The reason I'm going PCA is he's leading the NL with 32 bombs. But I think PCA's got a better batting average. He's got more RBIs. He's got more stolen bases. He's got more hits. It just seems like he's doing everything else. Like he's just kind of been a spark plug. Shohei's thrown 9 innings or 10, whatever it is, but I just feel like, are we going to play this game? Is he the MVP? Like, is he the most valuable to his team? Right? Are we going to really do that?
Yeah.
I don't really know. I got to give it to PCA right now. I think Shohei's going to win it.
Yeah. I think, we're doing first half. Like you said a couple times earlier, we're doing first half awards right now. Do I think that PCA will win the MVP this year? No, I think Shohei will win it, just like Brooks said. But I think for the first half, I think he's been the best player in the National League. If you look at his numbers offensively, you'd be like, wow, that guy's amazing. You have to see what he's doing in center field defensively, because there's just not a lot of center fielders in the league that are that athletic and can get to the balls that he gets to. He's a really fun guy to watch, and I'm sure the Mets are kicking themselves for trading him for Javi Baez a few years ago. That did not work out.
What's Shohei's batting average right now?
It's been hovering around like 275, 280 all year. I don't know what it is exactly right now.
I'm having trouble pulling it up because I'm just getting his pitching stats right now.
Oh, yeah, that happens all the time when I go on MLB for him, too. He's hitting 276.
Okay. So, PCA is like 265, so they're right around there. But I'm still going PCA.
Yeah.
Especially since that team's good. I mean, and they've got injuries in there. Yeah. So
they're getting crept up on by the Brewers slowly but surely here. But I think the NL Central is always interesting because nobody knows who's going to win that division ever coming into the year.
No.
So it's going to be a lot of fun to watch in the second half. I mean, at this point, based on the projections, if Shohei has as good a second half as he did first half, he's going to hit 55 plus homers, and he's going to start pitching more and more. So. Yeah, I mean, I think it's the easiest thing in the world to say Shohei is probably.
Yeah, he'll probably start stealing some more bases too.
Yeah, but once he starts pitching, I think I understand why he's not running quite as much this year. Because once he starts pitching, you're gonna just that much more risk for injury. And
he hurt something last year, stealing a base too. Hurt his arm or his shoulder. He jammed his shoulder or something last year, stealing a bag.
American League MVP. This is a 2-horse race. You can try to make arguments for anybody else, but I don't see those arguments as very, I don't see them as great arguments. It's the big dumper. It's the Judge out in New York. What are you thinking here, Brooks? So far, Cal Raleigh plays a more premium position, and catcher is hitting outrageously well. He's 38 homers in the first half. He's hitting 259 with a 1,000 OPS. Judge, on the other hand, playing a very good right field as he always does, hitting 355, best in the entire league. 35 homers, second to only Cal Raleigh. 81 RBIs, also second to only Cal Raleigh, who's one behind. And his OPS is 1,200. Staggering number.
I mean, the only I'm giving it to Judge, and the only reason is because his batting average is so much higher.
Yeah.
And he's got so many more hits. He's got like 125 hits to Cal Raleigh probably has right under 100. Let me see, hits. He's got 90.
Yeah.
So that's really the only reason, because I think if he gets his average up, like, it doesn't even need to be crazy. Like, it doesn't need to be 325. But like, if he can get it up around 300, and he's going to win a Gold Glove again, probably. I'm a little bit more biased towards catchers, I think.
Yeah, it's just the first month and a half of the season, Aaron Judge was putting up video game numbers, and he still is putting up video game numbers. It's cooled off a little bit, and Cal Raleigh's just been kind of the talk, especially now after winning the Home Run Derby, and putting on the show that he did, and he's just getting a lot of the spotlight. But I agree with you. I think Aaron Judge has to be the first half MVP, but I do think it's very close. It's definitely a lot closer than I would have expected. I think there was maybe 2 months into the season, I was looking on DraftKings to look at the MVP odds, and Aaron Judge was like minus 1,000, and any other player was 17-1 to win, which is just ridiculous. He could break his hand and miss a month, and he's not going to win the award. You know what I mean? Not that I'm wishing that upon him. I just think those are crazy odds. So I just think at this point in the season, it's gotten a lot closer than we would have expected, based on the fact that Aaron Judge has stayed healthy and is still doing his thing. So
it's kind of crazy too, that like he's cooled off, right? And he's still hitting 355. That's ridiculous. That's like little league numbers. It's like high school numbers.
Yeah. He's going crazy. Those are the first half awards. Do you want to do managers? I don't really know if we want to.
The only other one that I had looked at, I think it was comeback player.
Oh yeah, DeGrom, right?
Yeah, I think it's DeGrom for the AL. I think that's no question.
I mean, Javi Baez, he's been horrible, and he's starting the All-Star game. Good for him. But,
yeah, I mean, honestly, I'd take Spencer Torkelson over him. I mean, he got sent down multiple. I don't even think he started the year on the team this year. Yeah, maybe he did, but he was
overall pick, Spencer Torkelson.
Yeah, I mean, they were writing him off in Detroit, or starting to.
He's having a pretty good year. I like that one too. I forgot about it.
But I'm not going away from DeGrom. And God damn, stop calling me. And for the NL,
Acuna just came back. He's been hot, but haven't seen.
I lean Acuna, but I mean, I think a lot of people are picking Robbie Ray from the Giants, but I got to say Acuna.
Okay. Robbie Ray. Also, Matthew Boyd. A lot of people giving him love. I think he was a former Tigers great, playing for the Cubs and pitching really well. He throws pus. I don't know how he's playing well. Sorry, Matthew Boyd. If you're watching, you could probably strike my ass out. But that guy was a very average player for the Tigers for a long time. But good for him for showing up and showing out for his first season with the Cubs. I believe it's his first season with the Cubs, at least. Yeah, I don't. I think that's a pretty good stopping
Yeah.
point for the first half awards. I
Yeah,
don't know.
if you wanted to do managers, I think it's pretty clear. AJ Hinch with the Tigers, they got the
Yeah,
best AL team, and then I think it's Craig Counsell in the NL with the Cubs
the
dealing with
Cubs.
all that and them still playing their ass off. So
Yeah,
that's me. That's me at least.
yeah, I think I had the same two guys when I was thinking about it a little bit, but the manager of the year is such a speculative thing and such a up to opinion, and it's were you bad last year? Are you better this year? Especially in the
Yeah,
NFL, like
yeah,
it's almost like every year in the NFL, there's a team that wins 6 games the year before, and then they win 11 games, and then their coach wins Coach of the Year. That's just kind of how it is, regardless of the fact that Andy Reid wins 15 games every year and he just doesn't get the award. Um, so yeah, I mean, like Dave Roberts is never going to get Coach of the Year in the NL, although sometimes maybe he should, but their roster is also crazy. So um,
yeah,
it's a hard thing to argue. It's so opinion based.
yeah. It is, and especially for a midseason award. Um, One more thing about baseball before we talk about probably our last topic. Did you see Eric Hosmer going at Ken Rosenthal during live tweeting?
No, I saw that you put this on the notes, but I haven't watched it. I wanted to watch it.
Well, there's nothing to watch. I mean, he
Oh, it's a
just
tweet. I thought it
yeah,
was
it's a
like
tweet.
a interview. Okay.
Yeah, he just kind of went at him, but I mean, and he does get a lot of hate, and he does bother me at times. And I know there are a handful of players that do not like him at all. Um, but yeah, I haven't heard the greatest things about Hosmer at times either. So, but it was just interesting to me that was getting live tweeted during the game. That and then Fox basically got rid of not all their shows, but a bunch of their shows and a bunch of their people, and are bringing in Dave Portnoy for the big noon kickoff,
Yeah,
and
I
probably
saw.
some other barstool guys, which is interesting because um, it's kind of them trying to combat the McAfee stuff because that show has taken over. Anything he does takes over. But if you remember a few years back, like Barstool had agreed to terms to come to ESPN, and it
Yeah,
fell through.
yeah. Well, they
Uh,
did the Van Talk thing for a little while, and what's the guy's name? Skipper, who they hate at Barstool now, basically said, "I didn't know it was going to be affiliated with Barstool," and he was and the Big Cat was. If you read the story, it's crazy. But they're like, "What are you talking about? Like, we made a deal. It's called Barstool Van Talk. What do you mean?" Like, but I think they had a bad relationship with ESPN. Yeah, it looks like Portnoy is gonna
I think a
be
lot of
on.
people do.
It's gonna
I
be
don't
on.
think McAfee has the greatest with them either.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, he's going to be on the college football pregame show, and it looks like a lot of Barstool comment or content is going to be on FS1. I guess alongside the Colin Coward stuff and all the the Shannon. I guess I was going to say Shannon Sharp, the Skip Bayless stuff. That they're still on FS1, I believe. It's good for them. Hopefully, they can build a brand there. Similar to what McAfee's done at ESPN, or obviously to a
I
much
mean,
smaller scale. But
they
uh,
probably got a very similar deal to whatever McAfee got because they release like speculative numbers, but nobody really knows, and
hmm,
except for the two sides that agreed to it, because they do their own show, they do their own game day show, and they choose where they go for the game day shows. And I mean, Barstool has such a loyal following. I would imagine this deal is probably, and it's going to be similar to McAfee's, where it's going to be licensed to Fox. I mean, if I'm a betting man, I think Portnoy's going to follow in those footsteps. So
yeah, that's what this article says. It's likely via a licensing agreement, but details
it
are
should
not
be.
immediately available. So we don't
Yeah.
know for sure, but yeah, that's what we're gonna think.
There's
And I
no
don't know if
way.
that
There's no way
means
they would give up. Joe, good point. There's no way they give up ownership in the content.
yeah.
Um,
And especially if they're going to get something like Part of My Take or anything like that on there, that's one of the biggest podcasts in the world, regardless of Fox. But getting it on
mhm.
Fox will help it reach a bigger audience. So good for them. And I think that's cool. I think we need more stuff like that just in sports media in general because I like the way that McAfee like basically came into his show when he started it. It was just like, this is how real people talk. Sometimes we're going to cuss when we talk about sports, and this is just like how people talk about sports and have conversations about sports. We don't have to be robots up here talking about it. And I think this will get move us further into normalcy when we talk about sports on television, as opposed to just getting up there in a suit and reading off a teleprompter and being a robot.
Yeah, it's
um,
really showing you like how like just media in general is moving and it's changing pretty quickly. Not only with this, but like with YouTube golfers and stuff. There was some
mhm,
stuff that came out with Grant Horvath where he
mhm,
Horvat, I always say Horvath. He's probably the biggest YouTube golfer guy out there at the moment.
mhm,
Um, and he got invited to go play the Barracuda Open or Barracuda whatever
mhm,
tournament, which is a PGA Tour event, and he ended up turning it down. Even Scotty Scheffler like said like, "Hey, you should come play this. Like, it'll be a nice little bridge the gap kind of deal." But
mhm.
they wouldn't allow him to bring cameras on the course to film it. Um, so I just think, and Horvat's getting a lot of criticism for this for turning it
He's getting
down from.
he's getting a lot of love too. The PGA Tour is getting criticism too. It depends on what side you're on, but it shouldn't
Yeah,
be a side argument. I don't think. Not in my
no,
opinion.
well, I guess PGA should be doing this. They should lean into this, but
They should.
obviously put a little guardrails on it. But um, this is going to keep bridging the gap. Like you see all these guys going over and playing like these duels with the live guys now, and doing these paid matches with them as well. Like they need to lean into the golf to the YouTube golf and keep bringing the younger golf in because I mean Grant Horvat's almost getting up to that level where like Dude Perfect got. I mean they're way above all that now, but I mean he's kind of taken that meteoric step where kids
Mhm.
like all a bunch of kids know about him and
Yeah,
follow him and love and like know about him more than some of the star golfers.
yeah,
So,
for sure. And this would have been a really good opportunity because this is an alternate field event, which means
mhm.
so the major is going on right now, the British Open. The guys who didn't qualify for the British Open are playing in the Barracuda Classic. That's why that field is there. That's happening. They always do this when they have invitationals or events like this where not everyone is going to be able to play in this. They always have a secondary tournament so that the guys can go out there and compete and play and still try to earn points, which is
This
why
would
he
have
got the sponsors invite in the
would have
first place.
gotten eyes on it.
Yeah, and this would have gotten eyes on some guys who you don't talk about all the time. Some guys who probably you should think about a little bit more. And also, it would just bring, like you said, a lot of young kids follow Grant Horvat. So a lot of young kids would probably watch the Barracuda Championship as a result of wanting to watch Grant Horvat play against these professional golfers and see how his game stacks up. So yeah, I think it's frustrating that the PGA didn't allow him to do it. Do I also think it's a little frustrating from Grant? Yeah, you don't have to monetize everything. So I think there's a give and take here a little bit. But it remains to be seen. I think at some point in the future he will get him this sponsor's invite again to some other tournament, and he
Yeah.
will play in it, and the PGA Tour will allow him to do it. And at this point, just let him do it once and see how it goes. I think they were
This would
worried
have
a
been the
little bit.
one.
I think they're worried a little bit about pace of play stuff and it becoming a distraction for the players in his group, which I understand that because they're trying to compete as well. But if he just has one of his guys in there filming everything and he's not in there talking to him like he's doing, and he maybe could go in and post and say like, "Hey, this is what's going through my mind in this shot" and stuff like that. I think you could get away with something like that, but he can't make his normal style content during a PGA Tour
No,
event.
no, and
It has
I
to
don't
be an
think that's
alternate
how.
kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's possible to do it that way, and I doubt he would have tried to do that. I mean, I think it still would have been like a pack on him somewhere where you can hear him and he can just talk to himself.
Yeah.
But there's going to be one camera, kind of like how one camera follows a guy like during the end of majors, like the leaders and stuff like that, and they're following him around. Or sometimes they'll like interview him, put an AirPod in, and interview them as they're walking down the course and stuff like that. I think it would have been something more similar to that.
Yeah.
But I can understand how that could. I don't think it would mess with the pace of play. I think it would just mess more with like he need to be put with some guys that are okay with that.
Yeah. For sure. And if
So
if he competes, the first 2 days you can put him with guys who would be okay with it. The next 2 days, the day 3 and 4 of the golf tournament, depends on where you are in the tournament. If you make the cut, you're gonna be paired with the guys that are around you and score. It's not gonna be guys that are
yeah,
necessarily cool with it. So
and
I
I
see
don't
both
think
sides of it. I think it's a little frustrating that it didn't happen. But
yeah they should have figured out something.
I think there's a little bit of criticism that can be given to both sides here.
I agree. I agree. I mean, they need to figure out that happy medium. Because I truly believe that all this YouTube stuff is really good for golf.
Yeah.
Whether they hate it or not, it's helping their game inadvertently. They're and that's
More
why
more
I
kids are
lean.
playing golf now because of YouTube Golf, and
Yeah,
because I mean,
and I think Grant knows that he's not going to compete in this thing.
yeah,
So, like, just he's almost helping them out by like, hey, I'm trying to bring like he
yeah,
genuinely seems like he wants to grow the game. That's why he does what he does. So, which is why I appreciate what he does, even though I don't watch everything that he puts out there or anything like that. But he seems like one of the best dudes out of any kind of YouTuber or anything like that. So, speaking on that, since we're on the YouTube golf stuff, the Creator Classic is coming up here in a couple weeks. Any thoughts on that?
I haven't
Did you
looked
see the
into
list
it.
come out?
I saw the list. Yeah, it's crazy. It's a who's who of golf YouTube or golf media, whoever. I think it's going to be really awesome. I'm definitely going to watch it. I'm definitely going to pay attention to it. Um, I
Can't wait to see what they do in terms of like because they haven't announced like the any kind of
how the scoring.
structure.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
scoring and the
because there's gonna
handicap stuff
have to
I'm
be
really interested
handicap
in.
stuff. Yeah,
And I
because
think
I mean Wesley
that's
Bryan's playing it, and he's gonna be the best there.
yeah, he's a professional golfer. He won the RBC
Exactly.
Heritage. Like he's
Yeah, that's what I mean. There's got to
yeah,
be. I'm wondering to see like what if they're gonna do handicaps for everybody. I assume that they will. If they're gonna get creative with it, with some
yeah.
team stuff. If they're gonna do Ryder Cup style, that would be cool.
That would be
Um,
cool. I don't think they'll do that. I think they're going to do more of a stroke play thing. That's what it seems like because it's $1 million purse, right?
you would think. I mean,
Yeah.
it's hard to say because they just haven't released any. They just gave here's the roster. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to see where that goes. And the only reason I brought that up is because I saw the Bob Does Sports guys are out at Big Cedar Lodge, which is where they're playing the tournament now.
Mhm.
They're out there right now filming stuff. So I'm interested to see how it's going to go. I think
I've
it's got a lot of backlash too. So we'll see.
I went to Big Cedar Lodge the first year it was open and played Paynes Valley and Buffalo. I think it was called Buffalo National, and there was one more that started with an O, Ozark maybe something like that.
Ozark National, probably.
Ozark National, and then there was Buffalo something. I can't remember, but I played all the courses. I played the par 3 course there. We went and got dinner there one night. It's like a mecca of golf, and it's in the middle of nowhere. If you ever
It's
want to
not even
go,
like it's not even like in
Branson.
the Ozarks. It's like
It's by Branson, Missouri. The Silver Dollar City is what they call it.
Branson, Missouri, by the way, is beautiful. Like if
Yeah,
you ever we went there, I went there a few years back, and the lake there is absolutely stunning.
yeah. It's a great place. It's an hour and a half away from the closest airport,
Yeah.
the Springfield Airport, I believe. But it was
Yeah.
it was a ton of fun. We went out there for a bachelor party. It's an expensive trip if you love golf, it's a trip that you should make because those courses are pristine and that course Paynes Valley that Tiger designed in the 19th hole that they played famously on television a few years back. It's just freaking awesome. Unfortunately, I did not hit the green, but I didn't get wet.
Yeah.
The green has a little the green complex it's just like Sawgrass. It's just an island green, but there's a bunker in front of the green, and I hit it into the bunker in front of the green, and then I sculled it over the green out of the bunker. So, good stuff. But
Yeah, I heard there's like I was talking to somebody about it this weekend, I think, because I saw like Paynes Valley on somebody's shirt. And I guess there's like 3 par 3 courses there or something too. And a couple other guys came in and designed some courses there as well. or something. I don't think or was it all Tiger? I don't
It
know.
was Tiger just did Paynes Valley. The other ones I think are other guys.
Okay.
Yeah. Paynes Valley, named after Payne Stewart, who tragically died back in the day. Used to wear some goofy clothes. Was sponsored by the NFL, which is awesome. But anyway, I think that's enough golf. Do you have any other stuff you want to talk about? Potential.
Nope.
Orioles
The only last thing I saw coming through here was that Ken Rosenthal said that the Orioles are listening to trades on Felix Bautista and on Trevor Rogers as well as O'Hearn. But if you actually go in and read the article, it does say that it's not likely that Felix or Rogers are going to get moved. But it is saying that they're listening to trades. So if somebody comes in and knocks their socks off, like they did with Brian Baker, and, anything's possible, right? So,
yeah.
But yeah, that's just the recent news I saw here as of 45 minutes ago. So
yeah,
just wanted to bring that up since it affects us.
If I know a lot of Orioles fans would be really upset if Felix got traded, but you're not doing your job if you're not at least listening to the phone. Listen to the calls, see if somebody offers you a ridiculous package that you think is just way more value than Felix Bautista gives you over the next couple of years. I don't think he'll get moved. I think it's smart that we're listening to calls. I think we should be listening to calls on pretty much anybody that's not named Henderson or Holiday or Westberg. But I think we should be fielding those calls for sure. See what teams are offering. See if you can sweeten the pot a little bit. And if you don't get what you want, then don't trade them. But you got to listen. I do expect that some of these last year of their contract guys will get moved, but we'll talk about that more as we approach the deadline. 2 weeks from today, July 31st. 2 weeks from today, we got the trade deadline. Pigtown said earlier that he thinks the Orioles are going to come out of the break and win 10 straight, and we're going to be buyers. That would be awesome.
I think regardless of what we do, we're going to be retoolers.
Yeah.
I don't think you can keep every single guy on an expiring contract no matter what.
I would expect at least 2 or 3 of the Mullins, O'Hearn, Eflin, Sugano, Rogers guys. I think most of them, not most of them. I think at least a couple of those guys will probably get moved. I don't see Rogers getting moved actually. I don't know why we would move him. We have a couple more years of control. Of him, and he's been pitching really well. Unless somebody wants to give us a crazy offer, we'll have to listen to it. So, I don't have anything else for today. Sorry that it was only a 2-man show today, guys. Brian, once again, had personal stuff going on. We'll try to get him back on the show as soon as possible. And also, we're not going to do our 2010s draft today just because we wanted it to be all 3 of us when we do it. So we'll push that to Tuesday or Thursday next week. I'm not sure. So thank you guys for tuning in. Unless, Brooks, you have anything else you want to say before we wrap up.
Nope, all good. Just appreciate you guys for following along. We had a good time during the Derby. And yeah, hopefully we could do some more kind of watch along stuff for like members only hangouts, but we don't have Dusty for that. So that's the only problem. But yeah, we'll keep you updated, and until next Tuesday, have a good weekend.
We will see y'all next week.